My name is Steve Strachan. I teach math and academics, so math and physics related stuff at Oakland Schools Technical Campus Southwest. I have 20 years of international automotive experience in Europe and the US. Worked in vehicle design, interiors, and did that for 20 years. So I have an engineering degree, mechanical. Was in management for the last part of those years, so I picked up an MBA at night. Led large groups of engineers designing interiors of cars and maintaining systems. Students that come to Oakland Schools Technical Campuses get an opportunity to explore careers, learn about their options. They get a chance for work-based learning experience to go see what it's all about before they have a chance to go on to an industry or college or further training. Some students stay in the field. Other students are exposed to it and say, you know what, this isn't for me, and they change programs and move in a different direction. Sometimes I think that's a failure, and I always just laugh and say, you've learned so much, you've now said, hey, I've tried something, and I'm sure this isn't what I want to do. So with a little bit of work with us, you've learned that an entire field isn't something you want to invest in. You didn't waste 2, 3, 4 years of college training and then come out into the field and say, oh, I don't really enjoy this work. You've learned that earlier. And it helps them narrow their focus on the career options they may enjoy. So it's really a two-edged sword. They get a lot of kids that get excited and say, yep, this is exactly where I want to be. And other kids gain from it saying, you know, I've tried it and realized, hey, this might not be for me, and then take a focus in a different direction. Many of those students take a different program in their second year and focus on learning something different. I think a lot of folks in our country felt that the way to solve the inequity in trade imbalance was that everybody had to have a 4-year degree. And there was a push in this country for many years that that's where we were to go, and people de-emphasized hands-on training or technical skills. And I think there's a need for both. And many of the technical skills require advanced degrees today anyway. So there needs to be an emphasis for both, and not just focused on a 4-year education. Unfortunately, the state's college or the state high school graduation requirements are still focused on a 4-year degree for college based on prepping for that. And I think there needs to be a little more freedom in letting students develop the skills they need if they want to go into a technical field and may not be college bound. There needs to be some relief on the high school graduation requirements in that regard. I've had, in terms of the students that come back and talk to us on a regular basis, I've had some in the welding program that the maturity level really kicks around their second year, and then sometimes it's afterwards where they come back and it's refreshing. A student came back and said, all the things you were warning us about and talking about, finally the light went off, and it was like the year after he had left here, and he's realizing the things we were trying to train him, he's starting to see them coming to be now in terms of how he has to act, the skills he needs to develop, and there's coming back for some one-on-one training after hours, just working with him because he's a little more mature now that reality has hit him in the face, and he's interested in that. I've had students come back to me that would be more math specific that came back and graduated through calculus all the way through college with some of the foundational skills that we were able to apply here. Our main focus here is not academics, and I want to be clear about that. Our focus are the technical skills. The academics that we do here are to supplement those skills to allow the students to continue to grow while they're here. In addition to teaching like Algebra 2 skills, we teach cluster-specific math. So I'll teach welding math, culinary math, health math, the math skills those students need in those particular fields to be successful. So it's not a strict high school algebra always. We do that though as well. Well, Oakland County has a wealth of corporate job opportunities where there's industries looking for students with that background. So when we have students that come from our programs that are exposed to automation alley skills that are needed and then go on to schools, there's a wealth of job opportunities around here. Even the autonomous vehicle programs that you think might be based more out in Silicon Valley are moving to Michigan because of our expertise that we have here. And getting students trained in those skills and starting them here in the mechatronics program, which is part of EET, is a benefit because we're laying the foundation as well as giving them exposure to opportunities and what might be there. A big problem for students today is they're not even aware of the potential opportunities. So just exposing them to things allows them to start to envision what their future might be, and helping them create their own future vision where they know to go is really key to what we do. If you don't have a view of what you might be able to do, it's hard to map out a path to get there. So exposure and creating that kind of opportunity is really key to what we do in our buildings.